All about TB500, Miracle Healing Peptide. That right there is Coach Trevor. I'm Dr. Tony Huge. That's Brad. Brad has bad knees. His knees pop and snap as he's squatting. He's looking for something to heal his knees. Coach Trevor recommended BPC 157 and TB500. I personally have no experience with this, but Coach Trevor has used it to heal tons of athletes. Very knowledgeable about TB500 and BPC 157. He did a video about BPC 157 before, so this video is mainly about TB500. This is something that is sold on enhancedathlete.com as a peptide. And everything else on Enhanced Athlete is something that I personally use and have experimented with. TB500 and BPC 157 are exceptions to that. Those we carry because Coach Trevor demanded it, because he believes in them so much. He believes they are miracle healing peptides. Coach Trevor, what is TB500?
Well, basically, it's a peptide, like you said. It's how it works. There's a few pathways which it works, but one of its greatest things that it does, when you talk about inflammation, it reduces inflammation, right? And when you talk about non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, those are like Tylenol, Advil type drugs. Those work by masking. They reduce inflammation. You need inflammation to spark a healing response. So a blunt healing response. How TB500 works, well, it's anti-inflammatory because it's actually repairing. So that's where the misconception is. So it's actually healing where the inflammation signal is being released from.
Do you have to inject it in the specific injury location or anywhere in the body?
No, it doesn't. BPC requires a carrier, which is why you would put it site-specific. TB500 already has that carrier with it. So you put it anywhere in your body.
So you can inject it in the stomach fat, like subcutaneous, like anything else, growth hormone, insulin, or any other peptide?
Yeah, if you had elbow pain, you put it right here, sub-Q, you put it here, sub-Q, doesn't matter.
What time of day is best to use it?
There's no time. I always did it at nighttime with my growth shot before bed.
One shot a day is enough?
Yeah.
Well, how long does it take until you start feeling any results?
It's really dose dependent. Most of the things you'll see on the internet, which they kind of take from studies, but they take for granted the studies done on either mice or horses. So when you put those milligrams into kilogram conversion, with humans it's a lot different. The protocol is a little low, so they say it takes up to 4 weeks of a loading phase, and then you do basically a maintenance phase after that, which is still true. But the loading phase is what I do for a maintenance phase, and their loading phase, I double to triple almost. I usually double it.
So the TB500 that's on enhancedathlete.com is it's a peptide vial that needs to be reconstituted. How much BAC water do you reconstitute it with?
It's personal preference. It's just how much you're going to fill up into a syringe to make math easier. It's a 10 milligram bottle. So if you fill 1 cc up, every 10 units is 1 milligram.
So the dosage you said is 1 milligram per day?
It's a good start. I like to do about 10 milligrams a week for my loading phase,
okay.
And which is double, a little bit over double what they usually recommend. It's like 4 to 5 milligrams for a loading phase. But they also say it takes a good 4 weeks to really feel it. I'm feeling it by day 10.
So one vial is going to last 7 days, 1 week for a loading phase, and then for maintenance phase, it'll last 10 days?
Yeah, that's on my protocol. So usually a bottle is going to last them 2 weeks on the protocol that's out online. But I always had my clients do it this way because, like I said, you look at the studies that are published and you convert that into humans, you're doing a little bit more.
Is there any other ancillary nutrients that should be taken to help maximize the effects of TB500?
Anything joint related, anything for healing, you always want to load up. Anything you take, it's just sending a signal to repair. That goes with steroids, it goes with anything. It's a signal. All these things are sending signals, they're transmitters, hormones. So it tells you to repair, but how do you repair without nutrients? So if you have damaged tendons, ligaments, joints, what is the building blocks for those? Glucosamine, and joint MSM, all that.
Can you give me some examples of injuries that you've seen TB500 fix?
Someone burped.
Oh.
I'm gonna fucking puke. Well, actually my shoulder. My shoulder is why I use it. I use it for my shoulder every time. I tore it in Bangkok. And I was back to training it in 2 weeks after that, back in the States. So I've always used it for my shoulder. I've had multiple shoulder surgeries, and till this day it's always been a problem, but it's got my range of motion back, and it's got me still in the gym even with multiple shoulder surgeries and tears. So.
And what about some other injuries you've seen that help heal?
Joints, carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, the biggest ones. All those problematic ones that are ongoing injuries for people that just constantly bother you, those are the best when it heals. If you have a full separation, you can't heal that. If you're missing a ½ inch of your cartilage out of your knee, it's not going to heal that either. It can help it from degrading, but it's chronic injuries, so the sooner you start something like that, the less chance it's going to develop into an actual injury.
Is there anything you think of that we haven't talked about, TB500, that people should know about it?
It's good for your heart. Anything that decreases inflammation like that's good for your heart. And that's a big thing. They were going to put this in all the paramedics. I remember when I was actually in my paramedic training, that was one of the things we had talked about and mentioned. And I don't know if they even implemented it yet, but the 90% healing of damaged heart tissue after MI, you know, that right there tells you if you're always on this, you had a heart attack, you have a 90% success of healing rate in your heart, so damaged tissue.
All right, so just like anything else on enhancedathlete.com, sounds too good to be true. How is it that this isn't mainstream, that more people don't know about it, that doctors aren't prescribing it?
Because it's healing you. It's healing you. I mean, they don't give you anything that heals you. What drug is out there right now that heals you? There's nothing. It only masks you. If this doesn't mask things, it heals you. You're never going to find that. It's not going to happen.
Pretty much most of the stuff that really works, that really improves our quality of life and actually cures diseases is not available through a doctor.
It's Eastern medicine. That's why we call this Western medicine, because we are the only place that deals with, you know, medicine this way. This, you know, some European countries, because it's developing over there. Yeah. But we call it Western medicine. That's what we do. It's money.
All right, although this is not medical advice, not legal advice, this is for informational, educational purposes only. Listen to what your doctor says. It's just another lesson that if we want to become superhuman, we really have to take this knowledge into our own hands. A doctor, a professional is not going to have the knowledge about this stuff. This is cutting edge science. So stick with us and we will reveal to you all of the secrets as we learn them, hold nothing back, in full honest disclosure of all the benefits and all the drawbacks, so that you can be superhuman like us and have the highest quality of life and improve the quality of life throughout the entire planet. Spread the word and be swell and swole, my friends of freedom, pioneers of human evolution.